Hey, this is Notser, and we're in the Tier 10 American Destroyer gearing. We're on the map North, and I'm testing out the Fletcher torpedoes. Anyone who's not familiar, Fletcher torpedoes, faster rearm, shorter range, more damage per torpedo. So for me personally, I prefer it over the mainline gearing torpedoes. I like a more aggressive play, so I'm going to move forward. I'm going to try and use my torpedoes on cooldown, take out targets. Obviously, it's more risky, and competitive-wise, you're not gonna use these honestly. You want the longest range torpedoes you can equip, and you want to be able to safely impact the game without putting yourself in radar range, which it just seems like my luck right now. I always choose the flank where there is a radar ship in the most cheesy spot possible. So I'm retreating. I choose not to use smoke because clearly it's a Des Moines. He's going to use radar. Des Moines? Am I missing something? Why isn't he radaring and killing me in, 3 or 4 salvos? This has been my life since 7.6 has come out. Not only are there American cruisers, American heavy cruisers that have radar, but also light cruisers, and the light cruisers kill me even quicker than something like the Des Moines. So I'm dealing with that, and it's been real frustrating, but we got lucky. That's plain and simple. We got lucky. He's using a build that isn't the right one, I guess, but he didn't want to use radar, and I was able to retreat. I sent my second set towards maybe the North Carolina. He does look a little out there. Maybe he's not completely comfortable with this, which I wouldn't be. I'm a tier 8, and being out in the open against multiple tier 10s, yeah, clearly. So I'm, of course, going to exploit that and try and get as much damage as I can. And 2 torpedoes make contact. We cause a flood. If he had damage control up, I'm sure he would want to use it. And he does, because the top right corner of the screen, I can confirm that damage is not ticking up. So it's on to my friendlies to take out the North Carolina, and I'm just going to work my way towards maybe B point. There are a couple enemies who they're overlooking B, or C point, sorry. I'm used to that being B. That's kind of confusing, wargaming. Just want to put that out there, that you change around what each objective is when you compare it to something like the normal version of North with the objectives in their normal locations. So regardless, enemies trying to stop people from taking C, but they can't take C either because we got aircraft and we have friendlies. So moving this area, there's definitely something that's close, nothing actually capturing the base. For whatever reason, a Montana was able to completely bust through D point, and he's rotated all the way around, and he's right in front of a Des Moines who's trying to stop him. He's got his bow on, and I don't know how he hasn't taken damage, and of course we're radar spotted. That enemy Des Moines that just showed up, we're absolutely too close, and I'm trying to gain distance, and of course we're going to take fire, and oh, the Des Moines died, but so did the Montana. Did the Montana willingly ram a Des Moines? I don't know what the hell's going on there. I'm under radar threat. Who isn't at this point, right? And look, he knocks out one of my torpedo tubes. The game where I was going to test out the Fletcher torpedoes, of course, they get knocked out. But it's not the end of the world. This game is pretty good. And a game that's pretty good means that my team is going to lose a couple friendlies that shouldn't die, as is the case right now. But we still have equal capture. Nobody is taking D. Well, someone's taking D. But they haven't captured it yet, and nobody is at C. So I felt okay. Not the best, because I would much rather lose 2,000 health than lose a torpedo tube. Back in the day, you used to lose torpedo tubes in guns all the time, but recently, not so much. Nothing I could do with my build that would prevent that, honestly. But as I move forward, I see, oh, a gearing. Now, I think we are mutually spotting each other with radiolocation. So my plan was to bait a misplay. And how do you bait a misplay? Well, I'm going to send torpedoes, assuming that he's moving forward. And of course, there's two DDs there. This is where radiolocation does not end up being the best because it's going to bait you into taking damage. But regardless, I'm going to try and lob some shells in between the islands and finish this guy off, which friendlies are able to finish him off. Gorozovoy is still there, though. Kind of scary. And I don't have any more torpedoes, so I'm... There's two radar ships. Boy, it's really hilarious that that's how I'm thinking about every moment. How close? How far? Have they used radar recently? Am I going to die to radar? Well, yes, I will. But first, you died to my Montana. And I need you battleships to land these shots. Of course, of course. If I would have come around that corner, I would have been fully committed. But because I sort of went forward and went back, his radar is not impactful towards me. It is, however, taking out a friendly. But thankfully, he is now defeated. Oh, man. Radar. I was considering ranting about radar and the meta. I figured, let's just talk about the Fletcher torpedoes. Maybe I can get my mind off of it. Today's stream was not good. There was way too much radar. But regardless, enemy Des Moines dead. No one else can use radar in the immediate vicinity. There's a couple enemy ships that I would like to use my torpedoes for, and they are up because it's the Fletcher torpedoes. It's great. Aggressive gearing players are going to love them, even just to change of pace. Because we've got those legendary modules. You got to play a lot of games to get the legendary module per ship. I mean, 200 games maybe. It's kind of insane. So to have a second torpedo system, I'm thankful. It gives me just something slightly different. Otherwise, I would just be stuck playing basically the exact same ship with the exact same loadout for 200 plus games. I don't even know that I can play 200 plus games on this ship, honestly. I don't think I've ever played 200 games in any tier 10. And now with this legendary module setup, we're expected to do that times 20. Yeah, kind of insane. But regardless, team's doing pretty well. Enemy is retreating. It does look like they are going to try and maybe rotate through D. So I figured I'm going to try and jump out in front of them. Maybe hide behind an island to deny the enemy the ability to engage me. I also sent my torpedoes at the Hindenburg. It kind of looked like he was... I don't want to say that he's unaware, but he is not paying as much attention to the immediate threat as he should. And sure enough, he's sailing right into these, and you're not going to avoid that. These torpedoes do more damage. You notice the extra damage. It's harder for enemies to come back. I played the Gorozovoy. Those torpedoes do almost nothing. And you feel like, okay, I got 3, 4, 5 torpedo hits on the target. Oh, they're still alive and they still have, 40% of their life. Yeah. Not the case with the Fletcher. Fletcher definitely feels more potent. I feel like it almost is at a break point. Like it's just enough extra damage that you will more than likely take out a target that would normally escape. Plus, the cooldown. Look, they're already back up. Could you imagine if I had both torpedo sets this game? I was like, ah. But regardless, moving forward with the Zao. Enemies trying to drop him. I do have speed boost. I wish I had defensive fire. I'm kind of surprised by the amount of aircraft carriers in the queue. And what? Speaking of aircraft carriers, why is the Shokaku parked right on D out in the open? Really, Shokaku? You felt like that was the most important location you could be, right in the open? You're not on the corner of the island. You were just sitting directly center of the island. So it's like, okay, I'm going to fire on him. But then friendly does a ton of damage. A ton of damage. And it looks like he will actually be able to. Yes, he does. He finished him off. Good job, Zao. Friedrich der Grosse moving forward. Why not fire on him? No big deal here, right? Aim for the super. Looking for that super. Friendly Zhao showing way too much side. He's got to punish this guy. I know the Zhao's trying to send torpedoes. I would assume that's what he wants to do. Yeah. Torpedo sent. I can't really send my torpedoes at the Friedrich der Grosse, so I'm just going to rely on damage output by the guns. And these guns, they do a great job. Great job. Friendly aircraft carrier gets some hits. Looks like the Zhao will be the finishing point. Yes, indeed. Good job, Zhao. A Grozovoy shows himself. I'm going to send against the enemy Dmitri. Although I don't know how realistic that's going to happen. Zhao's dead. Friedrich der Grosse is dead. Shokaku. They're all dying. They're all going to the bottom. And there's sort of these temporary solid objects that I can't send torpedoes through. So yeah, he's gonna avoid it. But oh, he's gonna avoid it and use radar. That's just great. Exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I'm gonna try and move forward. Maybe this island will block him. And I'm just hoping, teammates, good job. I wish the game would highlight when an enemy is using radar to the rest of your team. That would probably help the most compared to every other solution that I've heard. Like, nobody knows that they're using radar. Nobody knows that they could use radar. It's all based on feel. And when you're talking about feel, it's like, let me type out. Let me give 3 to 5 seconds where the enemy can kill me. It's less than ideal. So we'll see how that works out. My radiolocation is spotting the Grozovoy. I kind of feel like the Grozovoy is using radiolocation, and he shows up. I don't know why he would show himself, but regardless, I'm going to go bow on, and he's firing AP. Oh, that's so cute. AP versus a bow on destroyer is not going to be successful. It's actually, I think it's a Shimakaze that's using radiolocation. And oh yeah, here comes some torpedoes from the Shima, it looks like. Maybe the Grozo. We certainly have a combined torpedo effort from both of them. And I'm able to slip right by, no big deal. Not afraid of the Shima at all. I totally outgunned this guy. And he's probably just completely depressed at this point. He's trying to smoke it out, but you're not getting away. You're not getting away at all, man. Someone spots him out. Maybe he's outside of the smoke. Regardless, he's dead. And all that's remaining is a Des Moines. And he's going to die soon. To the friendly Moskva. I think they're going to ram. I hope he rams. But very, very pleased with the Fletcher torpedoes for the gearing. It's reinvigorated my love fest with the gearing, honestly. And they're fantastic. I hope that you will enjoy them as much as I do. Obviously, it's just, you could choose the old ones or the new ones. It's up to you. But for me, Fletcher are going to stay on the ship. And that Montana, he just barely beat me out. It's all good, though. Team won the game. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you next time.